But all right. Now to just do my roundup. Make sure everything's working okay. No, in fact, this stream is not for children. As weird as that may sound. And we're good to go here. Yes. And it's the right game. Brilliant. Anyway. Yeah, I have enough money to give to the manager. Because I stumbled my way into a bribe. Yep.
Can I help you?
Oh yeah, I forgot I have
Wait,
helm.
what? But what about the bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
I'll just be honest.
You broke the skewer.
His face is flush with emotions. A rash covers his
I
neck.
assure you it was him.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
Maybe I have a vendetta against
I
him?
can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
You know what? Conceptualization, that might be the case.
All right. Did she say anything else about me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
She said you're nice, but you're also an employer. I mean, come on, the power vertical here. What? She said she was flattered, it was just bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the money
have you
I
got
owe.
it?
Here.
Well,
Slam the bills down on the counter. I hope you choke on it. Why? Go with the third one.
great. Thank you, officer.
Sorry
That's
for the
all
trouble.
I wanted. Payment for services rendered. It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Yeah.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Nope. Leave me be. Is there... Wait, why did Kim get a room? Kim hasn't seen my room. Welcome. And tries to not look at the broken down
Kim
bathroom
also
door.
tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I mean, I did absolutely trash this place. Although there's no bed. I just realized.
The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape. and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
Well, I think at this point Kim knows what he's gotten into. I did it my way. This is where the magic happened. Sorry for
problem, officer.
this. Anything new? Oh, an empty cassette case. Oh, shit. Was it composure that I needed? I think it was composure.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom
Oh.
wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
What?
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
Oh. Wait, so I copied it from some famous star? I guess? How long ago was the new? Anything else? Like who I am? Why did I become a cop? Why did I drink myself into oblivion? Good questions, but probably not related to the expression. So I adopted it?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
Feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. How long ago was the
Some
new?
20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time.
Oh,
It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
okay. So what do you think about this, Kim? Kim, help me out. Losing myself. Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
About the click
The
click.
click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Somehow I doubt it. Hey, Kim.
Yes?
I think you should know that I can't
No
remember
response.
anything.
He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel I must repeat this. I don't remember anything There was a heavy night of drinking
Have you
involved.
tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
No, absolutely not. I'm.
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
You know what? Fair enough. Uh, what should I
Try work,
concentrate on?
the case at hand. It can work miracles.
Maybe. But I'm completely lacking in basic information. Even about even this organization we're in.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Alright. What's wrong with personal affairs?
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM
Fair.
deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Do I? Do I? Fine.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
You seem to be following me?
Excuse me?
Nothing.
You
Just
have
an observation.
a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you
I
mean
hope you
distinctive?
don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
How's
They
that?
say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
Okay. Eh, what? Interfacing, please. I. Instead of prioritize containers? What? You're kidding me? Why
I
container?
don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm
Huh.
making assumptions. We should move on.
Passing along
Okay.
frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Well then, let's leave this be. We have other things to do, like trying to remember what skill check I need to pass to look at the body. So I do have a skill point, but I don't want to spend it without knowing. I should punch the kid again and perish. That is for kids. It won't hold the weight of a grown man.
There he still is, looking
Okay.
right through you.
Endurance. Okay, I would have put it in composure, so it's probably good that I looked.
There he still is, looking. As you breathe in,
Oh,
the
thank
odor
God.
comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Did they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Oh,
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A
Yeah.
fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
that's true. Inspect
The
the boots.
material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the
He does
decaying
have
flesh
really
above the knee.
weird looking
The man
boots.
wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate
Why?
and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
They really do.
These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
It's not just boots, are they? They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is
Ceramic
this?
plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel.
Yeah.
Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
This material looks out of place.
It is. It's expensive.
There's a line in the condensation on the ceramic.
We've
that's in there.
requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
Huh. Not sure what we're
For
talking
a full
about.
set, about 4 years of wages.
Fucking hell.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Dang, baby. Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500
Not
real?
too much, yes.
Sounds puny. No wonder I can't pay my hostel bill. It's
The
enough.
lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
Get this man afford such expensive hardware.
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard. Yeah, considering they cost... Wait, so... They cost over 20,000 real. The fuck?
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
What happened to
The
the
locals
rest of it?
probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
I suppose so.
We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
Oh, I have to talk to the kid. Maybe he's just wearing these boots and no rest of the armor?
No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They have removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags.
Where are these clothes? Have you seen any?
Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red hat thing.
I hear you talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face.
They told him to strip, or they hung him, to demean him. I mean, it's possible, but not likely. Plus, it doesn't... Unless we have proof of that, we're not gonna find any. Fuck
You
you.
wanna fuck me, huh? You wanna fuck the Kuno?
What if they told him...
They
Okay.
usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties, and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Oh. So he wouldn't have... Okay. So the fact he's even clothed at all means it couldn't have been any of
What?
them.
Are you trying to ignore me now, fuckface?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring, and the guy's a total Victopaz.
A
Tried to
small
knock on.
bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
That's
It's anything
fragile.
but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
does this remind
If
me?
trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross sections would look like. The
Finger
smooth,
over the
glossy
lines.
surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
It's like there's a serial number.
Good. Can you read it to me?
E50.
We
Yeah,
have a
I'm not
make and a
gonna read all
number.
that.
That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Hmm. Fair enough. Pull it off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The stench fills your nostrils.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Let
What's
go.
wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting go, Kuno?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
Trying to get the armor off. Thought there could be something on the inside, but I guess nothing but rotted foot in there now.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoo.
Okay,
The hangman's knot
inspect the
is
belt.
pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Looks like there's two of them.
This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know this, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently, this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so. And again, what do I know? I don't even know what an airship is. I'm gonna go with the
The
brain.
local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
Yeah, seems like this was a thing of passion, not of, you know. They didn't put much thought into it. We're assuming dock workers from the harbor
The
did it?
brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Mm. My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
I'm just attempting to make Kim tired of my shit. They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with
I
steel
was afraid
wiring.
it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
Yes. We probably have a better chance cutting down the damn tree than the rope. How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
I guess so, but how would they have reached it? Unless they had a ladder. Because the latch is up there. You'd have to be up there to pull it.
The shape of the branch supports the theory.
That is true. They could have lassoed it up there, but...
The cadaver
Let's
hangs
look
from the
somewhere
cargo
else.
belt.
What are these
An intricate
tattoos?
web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be
Alcohol
marked by?
and heartbreak.
This a national pattern? It could be. Map of the night sky? I doubt it. Microelectronic system? Maybe.
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not.
It doesn't seem familiar from the insides of any radio computer your mind can imagine. The somewhat organic lines remind you of old filament memory units, but not quite. No, you're nowhere near.
So
I
am
seen
I.
something here.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
I'll let him do his thing.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need
It
this
contains
photo for?
insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it?
Sure. Just don't lose it.
That's...
The glossy-eyed
That's
corpse
right.
looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Why am I gonna look him in the eye?
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode
Oh
from
no.
the organic processes inside.
Not the
death's
Inland
head grin
Empire.
has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. The corpse is dead silent.
Oh.
You have no idea why you just said that.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50.
The corpse looks right through
Yeah,
you
yeah.
as you distance yourself from.
Squint.
As you
Take
narrow
a step
your
back.
eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring
Face and hands
air.
are pink. Thighs
I
too.
see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck discolored. He's beaten up. See the
I
bruise?
do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno! Fucked him up brutal like!
Yes. I think he was upright after death.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging.
Could it still be he was moved after death? No, probably not. Maybe he was strangled by someone? Yeah. Have to see if the bruising matches. Seems like a
Everything
lynching.
here seems to corroborate that assumption. but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Something is
The
coming
pool
out.
of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
Okay, Kim.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Went to the toilet sometime before death. Got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
Yeah, but could have been worse. I think he's dead.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
No longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago. No, better not say that too heavy. Totally. This Buster's not coming back. Dead. What is dead anyway? I guess I'll go with the first
That
one.
sounds about right, yes.
Back
But
off.
there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostril.
How do
Are
we
you
get
sure
it
we
back?
finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
We've been thorough. Do you have a plan for getting him down?
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
I could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems
There
dangerous.
has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. Maybe we shoot him down. That doesn't seem good. Maybe we can ask for
I was really
help.
hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Yeah.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
I'm out of ideas. Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
Yeah, exactly. Called.
Someone already did. You know who came? We did. Because we have made bad life decisions. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Shoot him
Yeah!
down?
Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Oh. Point to the
Where?
buckle.
Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant.
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Can't believe I'm agreeing with these stupid children.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
What? What? What year is it that you have a breech-loaded firearm? What?
Securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world.
Fair enough.
He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
I gotta say nothing.
Gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements.
God damn it.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Okay,
Kuno's
man.
sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try
No,
again, maybe?
we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Well,
I
what
have
then?
to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Can I try?
As bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the
The
weight
cold
first.
piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno?
The buckle comes into focus in your sights.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Shut
Or what?
up.
You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
What's
Your
your last
field
gun?
of view narrows. The branch slowly moves. Become the slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
No, but yes, but no, but yes. Do we shoot the child? Or at least threaten the child? No.
the buckle explodes into tiny pieces,
Yeah.
coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
What?
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Who's laughing now, you little shit? You've been policed. How did I do
By
that?
being a damn good shot. Ace is high.
Hey.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves.
Oh, I can't just leave him hanging. Got to do it. Yeah.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were.
What
We
now?
will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me. It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
Alright.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. I would also suggest we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go.
Is this the famous list of initial interviews?
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Fair enough. What is that?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These heavy workers'
Under
boots
boots.
with reinforced toes and hobnails. all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Let's see, anything, what is that? Oh.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across. It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside a radio computer or an old filament memory. Gone
What's the meaning of this
for
text?
you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
Well, yeah, obviously.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work.
I have 2 skill points to put in. Damn. Doing pretty well for myself. Dreams and waking life. And logic? Maybe. Oh, I have more things. Oh, +1 empathy toward Kim. Nice.
There are several footprints in the mud.
Dang it. Did I have to ask the kids something? I can't remember.
Fuck does Kuno care?
What do you know about the
Shitload,
body?
pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there.
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Where's the rest of his arm?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it into the sea.
That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates.
What do you mean
Yeah,
troubadour?
cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
What the fuck?
So yeah,
What?
he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
You're telling me this out of the kindness of your heart,
Yeah.
Kuno?
Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems
I
suspicious.
see.
He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Why are you addressing me like this, drama? Please. Do you know who he
Kuno's
was?
fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
So you don't know anything.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo
He's
phone.
clearly offended. Do you know how he got up
Probably
there?
climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it
You heard
happening?
Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Where did you go
I
then?
don't know. Some fucking
Tries to come up with
Mexico,
something.
or I don't know, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Wow, taking shots at Cyberpunk. Okay, about
Yeah,
the dead body.
Kuno
I
didn't
don't care
smoke
about
him, if
Night
that's what you
City.
mean.
Have you seen anyone suspicious?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty Kuno.
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
Hmm. That's true. That's true rhetoric. There are contusions all over the body. Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the
Oh,
corpse.
did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
He's getting real tired of this. We're on this later.
You're testing Kuno.
Get lost.
Yeah, whatever. Kids often play in this
Right,
yard?
pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
Ladder. Ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you would say the ladder is
Fuck does
unclimbable?
Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
It's in the greenhouse over there.
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Oh. So he's using a slur. I'm not surprised. Hold on, the gardener used to work there?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
I mean the young woman by the whirling rags? That gardener?
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her.
Alright then.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give it.
I'm
Kuno
leaving.
doesn't.
I'm leaving and you can't stop me, Kuno.
Yes?
Oh. Hmm.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
I guess we should get someone working on the...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Pick up the radio.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
Could you run the serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
All
Got
of
it.
that.
I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
Well,
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
what was the other thing we had to do? Need 20 real to pay for your room at the Whirling, or it'll be locked after 9. As long as you don't have a free place to stay, you have to do this every night. It's a good thing I'm trying to remember where I live. Kim can answering any lingering questions. Join him on the Whirling in Rags balcony. Oh, at 10. On the number. Yeah, I already did that. Where's the rest of the armor? Ask him about the case. Victim's tattoos. Perform a field autopsy. Interview the union boss. Get a reality lowdown. Smoker on the balcony. Oh yeah. I also need to find my gun. Probably a good idea. The jam mystery? Oh, yeah, that's what I agreed. Talk to them. One of them must know something. Might as well investigate that.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
So cool.
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer, you're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
I see. Whether I'm cool is unimportant. I have police questions
You're
for
right,
you.
officer. 100%. No playing around then.
We didn't to give you some money. Excuse me?
Maybe I can interest you in some premium
Where are you
menswear
from? What stuff are you selling?
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No
Do you have
shame.
a permit
Only
to sell
good
all that?
joke, officer.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
Is that
It is,
true?
yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
That's
Alright then.
right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city
Cool.
hyper cool.
There a discount?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
But I never saw the original price, so the sale doesn't do anything. Where'd you get those comfy
I'm
pants?
an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources. Buy
Okay.
anything for you.
I'm gonna try it.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is
Seem
about
like
business,
a really
remember.
You seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police
Oh.
force?
Okay. But why, officer?
Think of it as an
An
investment.
investment? What kind of investment?
An investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk reward ratio is insane. I'm gonna say it's good
I hear
relations.
you, officer. What kind of a sum are we talking?
10.
Sounds like a fair deal all around.
corruption.
Yep.
It's just like bus or seagull. A kid watching out of a window describing things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but what do you do?
Well, I'll have a look around, I guess. I meant to talk to not you. Oh, maybe this guy.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
What's going on
Jam,
here?
my man. It's a traffic
What's
jam
the
for the
jam?
ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck
As
here
usual.
in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Limbo, huh? So that's where I am. How long have you been here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
Fair enough. So how long have you been
Feels
here?
like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can work with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Anything about the dead guy? What are you hauling? Seem like a man who knows about drugs. The least subtle way.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Good. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld. Okay, what are
Can't
you
even
actually
get a few jokes
hauling?
past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That's your machine behind
It's
you?
rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
A Fallon A6?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Nothing
Not
illegal
unless
then?
they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his
All right,
fingers
then.
rhythmically against
Seem
his
like a
arm.
man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Could I really be that honest? I don't know if I should be. Just tell him that's what I'm investigating. At the same time,
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
then why are you still hanging around? Well, he's stuck. Who do you think could be conducting
Look,
the
man,
trade?
I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Well, if you've been here about a week, it's actually
He
a
ain't
good
one of us
question.
drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Alright,
The
never
man
mind then.
taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Good
Be
for
a
now. Hmm. Need to talk to some of the other drivers.
An old monument stands in the middle of the
What
traffic
the
island,
fuck?
pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the
It
air
has been.
with the aid
I think
of
it got
numerous
exploded,
rods
to
and
be
ropes.
honest.
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
Oh. What did he do?
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. High above you, the king stands.
Oh. Current car kept in good condition.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
What's going on
Hold
here?
up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
The cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
It is. I was gonna comment on that. His voice acting is very odd. But now that Rhetoric has said that, I know it's intentional now. Regardless, I have
Maybe you
questions.
should ask them questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scab.
Well, what's your goal
We were
here?
promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
Are unable to breach the
Main
entrance?
gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Head
Huge
measurer?
Seminoles guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
Back to one guy B.
Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Don't you
Like
just talk to
civilized
them?
folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
I see. I'll be going then. You have fun. I just wanted to talk to some of the drivers. Speaking of which,
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype, from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your... Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Excuse me.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you?
Actually hoping you could tell me that.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
Where else would you
Back
be?
in Methka, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
Maybe you were in Mesca when you were in?
Someone was.
Someone. If those
They
not
are
your
someone's
memories.
memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
Who's Gabriel?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
Sorry to interrupt
I
your
wasn't
dreaming.
dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Well,
why not?
I have
Griffin?
questions.
It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
What are you hauling? Diamonds.
Of
Really?
course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, what are you really hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're
I
hauling.
quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
The cargo is contraband.
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand, Hermenegildos' bad hand, strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
What? What? To death? Or just 300 individual people? God, you must really like strangling, I guess. To do it with the same hand, too? What? What? Whatever. I still don't understand the whole Boyadero thing. Yeah,
What
that.
do I need drugs for,
Drugs.
Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare.
The adversary.
Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest.
Did I get my hands on an experience
If
like
you don't
that?
know,
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
I wanted to ask, would you be
why would I want
interested?
to do that?
No, for commerce.
Lowman, what in the name of God are you talking about?
And let me put it this way.
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
Said earlier you don't know what cargo you're hauling.
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat? Lowman? No. Lowman. Diamonds.
I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? If you had to guess, who do you think?
Easy. It's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Huh.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras. Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
I see. I don't know what even. Why is everyone insane?
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though.
Not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
You're the man in. Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kunu said you know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
Probe into the armor. What did
I
you
learned
learn?
that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
I suppose so. So Kuno used us to what?
It's
Scare
a minor
you?
nuisance. It's all good.
Alright. Well, what sort of
I did
technical
some
stuff?
research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Jesus. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Alright then. I'm ambitious. I'm gonna find all the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
I find it unlikely I'll succeed.
And Mesquite is epic there, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thank you.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Well... I need to get past the gates to see your boss.
Oh. Good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard?
I'd have information about the killing that took place behind the hostel.
Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not?
Does that mean you
I
climb
don't
it through?
operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
That's simple. You
Aye.
just walk in.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
That's measured.
Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the
Right.
button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Some reason it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Hell no,
Or you could
can't do
convert
that.
to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Need straps to try converting to his
Jean-Luc
worldview?
himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Sure.
Alright then. Make sure to quick save before this. I'm probably gonna die.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
I see. What do you mean?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
What?
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
And is it really that bad?
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk, and drowned.
Oh. You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter the harbor.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
What? Race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my
Thank you
job.
for help. Attempting to pass via for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft.
What?
You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
I feel like she's not paying attention at all.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach.
Yeah.
It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Not gonna say that. I don't think he cares. Right about. Sure.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahed's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
What the fuck? Oh.
The best idea.
Let's try
Ask
it.
what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
New to this world, help me understand.
Do you?
I really don't think I want to do this, actually.
There
I
must
don't
be
think-
another way.
There is no other way to accomplish anything. Racecraft is the only way.
We still need to get into the harbor. There's an interview to conduct. There must be another way.
But to the Whirling's roof. I ain't touching any of that with a 12-foot pole. Let's hope there is another way. Wait a minute, what the hell is that? What is that? It's a piece of trash I haven't seen before.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug.
Kitchen is
This,
finally
as you
open.
step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Quebec. It must be his name. Garancy. Garancy Quebec. Sounds representative.
Hmm. Hello,
The
sir.
man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and
Hmm. Do I still have the thing to find the music? Oh wait, no, that was a different... That was the first playthrough where I died. Not this. I didn't even know that was a door. What? Briny wind. My shoe!
there they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet like two baby crocodiles.
What the fuck? Wait. Those don't look like normal cop
It's
shoes.
pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
How did they fit?
They're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be.
least I have both my shoes. Well, the sea makes you dizzy. Why? I wonder, is there some way to get onto the roof of the whirlwind? I mean, there must be. There's an actual, like, roof. What's that? Winch mechanism. Ooh. Wait, what's that?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Oh. I would have just guessed that.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Let's have some answers. Never know. What the fuck? Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. Empty tube of magnesium supplement. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Been thinking about taking it, I swear. What amphetamines make you a really good detective? Someone has taken
Perhaps
narcotics
not.
here.
This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Ooh. Whoa, where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Or help. I'll pick that.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Look, Lieutenant.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
You think the cloak is mine? Should I go for it?
The cloak?
Jump?
I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
I failed. But will it kill me?
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You could have died there. Shit.
Hey! What happened?
I'm alright.
I
I just
understand.
can't do
You
it
can
right
always
now.
come back when you're feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Exactly.
I
we're
was
doing
under the
that here.
impression we are on our way to meet the king of this castle under siege, Evrard. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
Shit.
Lonesome. Long way home.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Wait, learning capture perception raised to 5. Speed gives you 1 psi. What? Oh. I have to get back to work, that's all. Oh. So I do have a new slot to research the thought. Ah.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No.
Wait, how do I get down from here? Oh, I'll pick that. Money. Wait. I feel like I should easily be able to go down that. Like, if I can go up this without having to... I should easily be able to jump down to the door and walk over there. Why do I have to sprint at it? Okay, so... What's that? Money. No, I think I remember where I live. I think. I'm still confused.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work
Oh,
boots.
visual calculus. Hey, why do I have a -2? Items? Oh. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I have a plan. If this works, I will be impressed.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
Oh.
No one has claimed it for their own.
I thought it would count as getting more because I... Did the glow sting even help with the body thing? You helped with interfacing, but it wasn't an interfacing check, so what? What happened?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a... There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
It is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Lieutenant, what do you think
Trash
of being...
Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
I feel there's
What do you
something in
mean,
there.
feel?
It's an extrasensory perception. Whatever's in there holds special
I agree.
significance.
We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the remote viewers division is.
Fine. There's no need for sarcasm. Just feel strongly about it, that's all. Maybe it's not connected with case, but still.
It might also be evidence. The mob could have disposed of something in there. We should get it open.
How do we get the
could
lock
try
open?
using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or
What?
or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Probably.
Can I help you?
Trash
Mine?
container?
No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for
Yeah,
clearing
no
that up.
shit.
Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this
Prod at
feeling
him and
is.
find out.
Doesn't seem callous to you, guarding your leftovers from the poor.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Maybe
What are
I
we
am.
talking about? Was this not a container?
Oh wait, what if I
We
am?
should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer. This was about the trash container.
Okay.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
Yes.
It confirms
Absolutely.
the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
No. That I can do. Yeah, I should get +1 health before I perish unexpectedly.
This trash container is with a
Open it.
well-oiled crack. The lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's
There
something
is,
in here?
but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Open
The
it.
smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick up
Among
the racks?
threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As
Grab.
the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar
Alright.
marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Or
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ooh.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of ribbed shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
And a towel, a mug.
We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Yeah, no need. Need to ask kids who put them there. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Oh. Yeah,
Only in its social sensibility.
Tim doesn't appreciate it, which is completely fair. Search the food
just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands.
Ugh.
Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. Nothing. It's nothing. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Something larger.
Get out.
A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
This might be the documents.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
Has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it. The great bloodletting to begin? What? I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet.
Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Bon.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
What?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
No,
you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest.
Oh.
Let's make it official then, shall we?
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
You don't know. Vigorous self-critique. -1 authority. But I might get something cool. Oh, I have to spend skill points to forget something. And I have to spend skill points to unlock more. Jeez, you have to spend skill points on so many things in this game. Oh, yeah, that's how it's gonna interact. But not that.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Hmm. Anything
There's
else?
a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
An
aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork.
We're starting from the clip and working our way down.
A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of
It
information?
depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Oh.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many
0.
years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I
Any
read it?
capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Mention the headlights of your
Yes,
Mia?
RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Oh.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Why am I gonna smell the ledger? Alright, white
They're
papers
not
first.
exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Is there a sort of naming convention here?
It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh. And they're written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Tim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming
You mean
convention.
the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric
Oh, you mean the titular?
titles.
Yes, well, So do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why
It's
is
a
that?
holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
Oh. I seem to have named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
Fair enough. I have
Rail
no.
spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Damn. You have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more.
Oh.
15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
That's the
Sadly,
paper.
the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
With this beauty, commit the
tasks
paper.
you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
That's not the
A
ones you finished.
satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Do you by any chance
No,
name our
actually.
case?
Any ideas?
Hangman. The Furies are at home in the mirror. The setting sun shed on a stick. Setting sun?
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that. Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Furies are at home in the mirror?
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. Could you make it less poetic somehow?
Yes, yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please.
The Hangman.
That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Close the
You
case
don't
files.
exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
Can I read the
They're
case
a little
files? now?
further. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41.
Oh.
Then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700.
HDB 41. Weren't those officer precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Still rolling with the Crusto. Horace Debbie Barringer?
That is improbable.
How long does it take to read a
It takes
case?
about half an hour to piece one together. using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
I
Not
don't need
much
to
has
read any of
changed
these.
in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still
Uh,
sags from in
the
the
yellow
back, you see
papers?
thin translucent copy of paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out.
Oh.
Then rip them from the binder and hand them out according to type of form.
Types of forms
3.
are there?
The topmost are misconduct fines. The
Oh.
middle ones are station calls.
Oh.
And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a
Station
These
form?
are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Misconduct?
Monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. But they appear pleasantly vague. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear.
Now I can put one in this. And I can... Oh wait, I need to... There we go. I'm ready now. I hope I can actually get that coat. I want it. Don't know how it ended up there, but...
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed
Dang
it
it.
for their own.
I'm gonna reload. No one can stop me.
Nope, no. That's
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like...
Reloading. No,
a tarpaulin cloak
I don't
is
accept
still
it.
caught on the railing.
God
No
dang
one has
it.
claimed it for their own.
Do the run up. Do a flip.
Nope.
Sure.
Yeah. Is it predetermined?
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
I'm
No one has claimed it for
getting
their
the
own.
feeling it's predetermined. Or I have absurdly bad luck.
Nope.
Sure.
One more.
A tarpaulin cloak is still
Do a flip.
caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Okay, it's not predetermined.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Are your senses
Ankles
taking the
tingling
world
from
around?
attention, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
Hell yeah.
Huh.
My climbing may not have been as disco as your jump, but can we still get an aces high?
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushed.
Yeah. Give me that coat. Oh. +1 shivers. I don't really know what that means, but okay. He is emitting a strange buzzing.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
I don't want to do that. Dewey typewriter. Every worker is a member of the board. Union logo, demand democracy. Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. What?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
I actually focus through
You're
not
a police
focusing.
officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Let my eyes completely out of focus, all the shapes start melting into
Is that
each
what
other.
you're doing with those folders over there?
Let's just
I
get
thought
back to work.
exactly, officer. Shall we?
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. Some hundreds of and the same material. You already went through all of the drawers.
I hate how constant, like, I have a high chance for this. It's just always failures. Like, I had a 70% chance, and I still, like, failed with no recourse. Oh, was that a visual calculus check?
The file cabinet stands steady
No,
as ever.
volition.
The drawers
Dang. Yeah, I'm not even close to a skill point. You have no choice but to talk to the Union leader. I mean, that's kind of what I was here for. Ooh, what is this?
all those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the
Yes,
harbor.
this looks pretty advanced, all right. For now, let's just move on.
Fair enough.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
And take a quick look inside the booth.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Sounds like a nice time out. It's me. I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence. Making an artistic photo collage. Something about this man piques my interest. Think this can be a side thing.
Fine, but let's move. I don't want...
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Well, something to help you out? What?
Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats in. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease,
disease,
death,
what the fuck?
Hair death, erectile malfunction,
Oh.
critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
Some of these are in way different leagues than each other.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
And get up.
You stand and exit the booth.
Great machines and questions? What? This is a bad idea. This is a stupid idea. Why am I...
Rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marche. On. Arrête. Off. The crane stands tall, proud, erect, and with a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
What's inside? Or is that gonna be a new bridge?
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The
That was shockingly quiet.
The strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Understood.
The rusty control panel grows warm to the touch, then grows cold.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
I mean, that was pretty cool, but, well, was it?
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
I think there might be something special about this one.
Because I don't. There are
Wait,
a
why
million
not?
containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
I was hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container.
No, I'm not talking to you anymore, Kim.
We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the union boss.
Maybe the union boss is in the container.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. No
Knock on the
reply.
door. Persuade.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
That's a good question. Because getting physical wasn't an
Because
option.
what wasn't an option?
Never
Are you
mind.
satisfied, detective?
Fine, fine. Money. Shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. They having a little nap. Speaker tower is silent. Oh yeah, because nothing's happened. Smells like burnt coffee. What the? What the fuck? Coffee in the giant thermoses still look warm. Hello?
Before you is a walrus of a man seated
Oh.
behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Are you in charge of the
Welcome,
dock
Mr.
workers?
Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by.
Oh.
Please, have a seat.
This fucker knows my name. Dubois. Now I just need a first name.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as...
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing.
Shut up, Inland Empire.
Filter it
out.
Excellent,
Sure.
Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So
Main
tell me,
series.
how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable...
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners. It pains me. This should take care of that nonsense.
Yeah?
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
I do. You know,
Yes,
Dark?
I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No
Okay.
union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Keep it. I'm
Okay,
good.
okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak.
Wait.
I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
How did you know
The
about
world
it?
is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
You know
I
about it.
everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried.
Oh, is that
Everything's
the
going
main
to be
character's
all
name? Harry Dubois.
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Harry's killing him.
Officer, we will deal
him.
with this later.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to...
I can cry too.
To cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. You'll think you're disgusting.
Wow,
Mr.
composure.
Dubois, you don't look...
What is this, Mr.
No.
Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
No, Harry's. Let your mind go to
Mr.
sleep.
Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
He's not though. That's Everett Clare. No, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Vaguely gesture with your hands above your head. Yeah, man, I'm fucking great. Actually, the chair is uncomfortable. I could use a glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're...
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick.
Yep.
Here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
What's in the container? No, that's not. We could talk about the hanging.
That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a
But
but.
there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information.
Yes, that sounds good.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
You've heard wrong,
you're
or
being
not.
too modest, my friend. But don't worry, this annoying thing I have is completely legal.
The stars aligned into a cosmic frown here. He has your fate decided. Bide your time, however, and let the stars continue their course, and that frown shall turn into a smile. Only if you play along.
Whose door is it?
No one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Why don't you open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help.
Bet you don't even know anything about
Harry,
the
my
hanging.
dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to... You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Well... Call me
Of
Mr.
course.
Dubois.
Let us
Why?
dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everett, I call you Harry.
That's
My
really
God,
my
so
name.
It's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
My memory is fine. I'm just
So
testing.
good to hear that, Harry. Apparently, my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out with my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter.
Hello.
No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Alright. How goes things? Pretty good. Pretty good. You? Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Let's get this straight. That's my folder.
Harry Dubois.
You don't feel like either one of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count, or a beautiful man.
Wait, I thought you were Harry
No,
Dubois.
I'm really not. You are Harry.
Desperately needs to scream into the void after today? Aw. That's understandable. Oh, my name, it's Raphael Crusto.
Fine, Harry. You can even be Harry Raphael Dubois de Costo, or whatever you choose to be. Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM
Okay,
folder.
Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
The Census Bureau says my name is Harry
Yes,
Dubois.
that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay?
All
Let's
right.
move on.
Drug trade.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander.
No
Harry,
comment.
you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must, and let's change the subject, shall we?
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken.
See.
Do we have anything else to do here, Harry?
In the
My
container.
dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Something special about it. It was attached to the Kivulson
Harry,
crane.
you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Convincing it with words. Oh, maybe it's a voice-activated crate. Aren't you gonna ask how I got
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age.
What are you implying? I too am surprised by the resilience of athleticism of this tool I've been provided with.
Yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition.
Oh yeah,
and I salute
completely.
both your initiative and your physical prowess. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man.
Heyo.
Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Let's leave.
Wait, you need this to get in and out through the gate.
I was wondering how I was supposed to get out.
Yeah, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
What's our swordfish? Well, that's one thing. We have the main character's name now. Harry Dubois. But, still have no idea where my gun is, where my badge is, my life, my address.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
My
Because
antlers.
white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Oh. Is that true? That's something they made up. Why Frizzle?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel.
Oh.
In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Up to
To your
pages.
disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
Dang it, I ordered a picture book of communism.
After rifling the pages
Communist
with your thumb
propaganda.
several
What the
times,
hell?
You return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
We can read that one later. I have to go smooth talk a container into opening.
You're back before the cargo container.
Dang.
Its drawer has not...
I was hopeful. Who sells these Whale Fjord in Arden? The thing I've never heard. The thing I've never heard of it. Comrade. I still want my communist picture book. How the hell else am I supposed to learn how it works? Wait, can I do the filing cabinet now?
The file cabinet stands steady
Dang.
as the drawer slide.
Oh. I did manage to bypass that, interesting fellow.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there,
it's
he
fine.
means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labor Utopia. That was nice
By
stuff.
a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
I heard it said you have a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
Said it belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
Hmm. I heard something about a weasel, and it didn't sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. Wink.
Polar weasel? Oh, I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure he's actually Occidental, though. So you're gonna be committing fratricide, my racist friend.
What?
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling and
Our
rags.
picture
That's all I
book.
know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but
Okay.
where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about this task? This weasel person when he'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture.
More of a philosophical
I am,
dock worker.
You are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you because he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Mark was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example,
What a
harbors.
thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does
He
that
was
mean?
an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Okay. Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
I mean, I don't know why Kim was so dismissive. That does feel like... I mean... I guess it doesn't really do anything for us, but it does... It does confirm some suspicions.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
Well, that doesn't help. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Alright. I see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
Killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Well, that certainly goes with the whole mercenary thing.
Go ahead, Coppo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
Power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
No, I'm good.
Your lost Coppo Dopo would have been so primo.
I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
Oh.
You sure I got out of that one? Coppolini.
Coppolini.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible.
What?
Also, see me in your dreams.
That he spoke dialogue that isn't written here. Try to remove his boots. I want
thought
your
we decided to
boots.
leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone asleep.
Alright. What exactly is a field
Come on,
autopsy?
officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What
Have
you
I?
do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I have gardening gloves. Maybe they're
They are
in there.
better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes.
Alright. Just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy
That's right.
form. Excellent.
The dead man stares in silence.
Man, it's incredibly
the
useful, this
The bright red
ledger.
paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
Alright. Harry
the
Dubois.
corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Coroner's case number.
KK57 dash 0803 dot 0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals
Yep.
Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you.
Wow.
That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Shall we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived on the scene before you. Nah, I don't care. Write
Next.
it down. Name,
NA. Next, NA.
date of birth, age.
Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write
He
42.
nods.
Race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write
the
it
pudgy
down.
mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of-
We're still going with
date
March
of death.
4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Somebody pointed to a lynching.
Then again, the right lividity is easy to produce if you know what you're doing.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed.
What the fuck are you on about? What? Genuinely, what are you on about, Esperic de Corps?
Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Oh.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Alright. Well, I'll start with the external and work our way inside. Actually, description of
I'm
injuries.
afraid we can't continue before we've gone through both the external and internal examination first.
Dang it.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine.
By AI? On some good drugs or just incomprehensible? I'm gonna go with the latter too. I don't think anything's written by an AI in this.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The rest of the
Get
clothes
down.
have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
No, I'll be straight-laced. Write it down.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Write
Tattoos.
it down.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built.
I should probably note that it's been shot with a
generally
pistol.
consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Why would I touch the hair? Just to
Lividity
make
is
sure?
consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and
Write it down, but it meant for high velocity. Giving deceased head pats? No.
ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife, with the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
Alright. What
We
happens
get
now?
chain cutters, then try with those. I have a pair in the toolbox of my kinema. Damn corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Yeah, but oh well, what can you do? I should have gotten the wire cutters before, honestly. I knew we needed them, I just forgot.
Inside,
I
you
need
see
to
a
make
set of
$4 more,
stereo meters, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater.
Oh, I should do
Alright.
that too.
Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canelo comes to life with a whiny growl.
Why do you have a demon in your car?
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Alright.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat.
Need the chain
handles
cutters.
are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Actually,
It's
I'll pick
robust,
the flashlight.
weatherproof, and well, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox.
Alright. And by demon running on a hamster wheel.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Hit the
The
shimmering streak.
rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Oh, where
Let
are
me
they?
see. Right here.
Hmm.
Oh
Perhaps
yes.
somewhere.
Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Look at
There
the
are many of them,
perforations.
and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Filling up the
The
different
first
rows.
row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though the last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Okay. Kim, what do all these holes
Those
mean?
are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Good evening, comments. Sees them by means of production or however that goes.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait, 18 years
That's what
I've
it
done
says.
this.
I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Walk the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. What the fuck? I feel like I went around
Maybe you
apologizing
were
all
a
the time.
diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200.
116 to be
It's
exact.
quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Damn. So you're saying I used to be a
Call it
super
what you
cop?
want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
I'm a
For
killer.
an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
You ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
How do you handle the
Everyone
strain?
has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Maybe I should find a
Why
hobby.
not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Fair enough.
The lieutenant nods.
Well,
right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Nice. Now we can continue the field autopsy.
The rotting man lie. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's cut the belt.
Cut with as much precision as you can, please.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt
A
is
good
equally
spot.
tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges. You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already, they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Yeah, fuck him!
Told you my pig was hot.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Let
He
him work.
sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts. With snap, the knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck.
Here. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
Oh no.
No! It's gonna happen, see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Write
Back
it
is
down.
symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact.
I don't need to inspect it.
There
It's
are
fine.
combat injuries
Kim,
on the right
Kim
hand,
does good work.
thigh, and hip.
Combat injuries.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
Seems consistent with the mercenary thing.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
More than a law officials.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item. Hands.
Pick up
His
that
flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
Nothing.
Nothing
I got
does.
nothing.
This was pleasurable. I sincerely thank you for touching my hand. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hey, I appreciate that you stopped with the come-ons, corpse.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh.
Write it down.
That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
I may add the moral
What
of
would that
this
be?
one.
The dead man looks, too, with barely
It
contained
is very
excitement
vulnerable
to
to
hear the moral
compromises
of
in
this
its
story.
blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Alright,
Good.
NA.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips.
Kim,
black
why?
and viscous.
Why are you doing that? I wish I could have killed them.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Alright.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force, both hands are
Oral
used.
cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Write it down.
Hepatobiliary, NA.
Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Right,
Same for
NA.
toxicology and serology, NA.
Alright.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground. The pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down. Keep
What's
the
next
voila.
on the list?
Description of
Let's
injuries.
see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
But the injuries we
Oh,
have inflicted.
So we inflicted them?
Okay, I
Okay,
have
so
inflicted.
there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
Alright. I agree. The waters
See?
are muddy enough.
These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
Bite
Head,
marks?
chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And
Alright.
your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal
Agreed.
postmortem.
Next injury?
Contusion?
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest,
Hmm.
where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal postmortem.
Right. Next,
Literature
a
note.
dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Opinion, fatal injury.
We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. I need
now?
a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
Looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the
You tilt
corpse
your
again.
head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Boots.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with
Offender's
its swollen.
fingernails.
His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
There's something we're not. I've got a gut feeling that there's more.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Alright.
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fleet store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Only if all else fails.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Yes. So off we go on another adventure to find a fridge. Meanwhile, I'm not gonna have a place to sleep tonight. Because it's 20 a night and I have 16.
Can I help you?
Oh yeah, here's your key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
Found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you slept on. Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has the keys to the trash?
Trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
I see.
Yes?
Let's talk about... I'm in need of a fridge.
For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Correct him.
We want to put a very important dead body in your
I
fridge.
don't care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
What?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. I can't believe you even asked me.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Let's go talk to the Frit clerk.
Alright. At least she has an apathy about her. Maybe we can appeal to her sense of not wishing to care about anything.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Kind of. Do you have a fridge?
Right behind you.
Right, this is a fridge. Wicked. I need to store a corpse.
You're joking, right?
Measure the fridge with your fingers when I closed. Never mind, it wouldn't fit. No, I'm not joking. Need to store the corpse of the hangman in the fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
Pity. It would have been beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright,
Yes.
Kim. Stop.
What do you want to know?
Fridge. I want the fridge. Give me the fridge. Oh yeah, I need to go try the thing again. I need to go scoop through those papers.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. And whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of
One of his
everything.
aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. Remember, Leo, all items on the list, the drawer slides.
Really? That's all I got from that, from looking through their documents, was special borscht. Just my luck. No. Okay. Navigating those stairs is a little off. How do I get a fridge? How do we... Put clothes in the trash. Oh. We have run out of options. I have to ask them for a fridge. Excuse me, do you know of a fridge? Kuno, I need a fridge to stash the body.
For the fucking good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge perfect for freezing.
I thought you would.
The
Where is
man's
it?
in a rush, but what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
By killing in his territory, someone has openly challenged Kuno. It's in his best interest to put them in their place.
Some arrogant shit thinks he can kill in the Kuno's kingdom without Kuno, without asking the Kuno first? Sounds like
A
lawlessness
dark
to me.
flame smolders in Kuno's eyes as he ponders your argument. Wordless, like kings do.
This outlaw's fate is in your hands. Let's make an example of him. Help me locate him using fridge body technology.
Alright, Kuno hears ya. See that shit house over there?
Where's the collapsed building with the bookstore?
Cold comes over you as you glance behind him at the crumbling colossus there, casting a shadow on you.
Yeah, the big tall one behind you.
You gotta get in that shit. In there, deep.
How do I get
Through the
in?
bookstore, you gotta beg the book bitch. Used to be you could get in there through the doorbell, jam that shit. Book bitch changed that. Kuno doesn't beg, so Kuno doesn't go there anymore. Yeah,
Beg her?
book bitch, beggar. You stupid or something?
He means the bookstore.
Yes.
We have to ask the proprietor of the bookstore.
See, the cloud gets it. Listen to your four-eyed friend.
What do you mean in there
Check
deep?
the fucking basement, pig. Don't you know anything? Always check the fucking basement, recon style. There's a giant fridge down there. Fucking will fit, no problem. It looks
I
like a
see.
white bear or some shit. Try not to piss yourself when you see it.
A white bear? A polar bear?
You
Probably.
didn't hear it from Kuno, pig. But don't forget where you heard it from.
Kuno owns you now, pig. You're Kuno's property.
Kuno doesn't.
Whatever. Oh yeah, I probably look at that again.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Any
Nope. Well, let's go talk to the bookstore owner. I haven't even gone in here.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be
I see.
welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off. Can you? I love how I can literally just ask everyone for
Don't
money.
be ridiculous. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
Of course, ties between us working people. Good practice for fighting our common enemy.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they're fighting enemy. My philosophy is everyone just getting along.
Alright, alright.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
I've been told there's a huge fridge in the building's cellar.
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
This little
Annette,
girl
yes,
outside.
my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Oh, shameful girl. What is she up to this
Oops.
time?
Must have been mistaken. She was right outside. Very attentive,
Wonderful.
yes.
Did you talk to her?
Not really.
Why not? Was she not friendly enough? Were you not compelled to talk to her?
I don't know. I just
Oh,
walked in
yes,
here
okay,
instead.
that makes sense. It's working then. Yes.
Way you're
Do
handling.
browse our books, sir?
That is quite the trooper. She's a great value
As a
aid.
young girl should be, with the proper attitude.
The woman before you scans the store.
Alright then. I have to get in on my own. Help me, child.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Oh.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Okay, if
sir.
I ask you some
I'll try
questions.
to answer any questions you have. My name
What's
is
your
Annette,
name?
sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Standing out here in the cold
I'm signaling that the
because
store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Such a trooper. Such a good trooper out here. Already learning the value of hard
Thank you,
work.
sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
Shouldn't you be
I
at
do my
school?
studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the
Mum
business
says it's
going?
peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in
Cursed
what
in
way?
the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
It sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into him.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside.
What do you know about the other failed businesses? What does the curse manifest
It
itself?
does not. manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Yeah, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I
Stuff
can
about
tell you about some of our
curses.
books instead.
He said, or Kuno said that there used to be a different way to get in.
Of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Alright. Which one? Ice City?
No one answers the doorbell. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Pinball.
Silence. No one answers your call.
Or
Nothing
rats?
happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
They don't want. Okay, fine.
An off-key melody starts playing after you.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
Just please open the door.
I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You hear the same. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair.
It is very odd. Boxing?
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
24-hour
You
window?
ring the doorbell, but nothing. You wait for a minute. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Hello?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
This place, I need you to let me in.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with
Sorry?
You. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Yes, it's me. Here I am again, crawling back into
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months.
I'm Harry.
I thought you didn't care.
Of course I care.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been...
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again,
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally meet again.
Listen, I'm gonna hang up
she
now.
sounds like she's about to cry.
Hello?
She doesn't answer.
Said it was nice. What's so nice
Silence.
about forgetting?
The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier. All right. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Need to get inside the building.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
Okay. Please don't hang up. I just want to explain myself. What?
It's you.
Wait. Is she...
You're repeating my words. Didn't you say that already?
Michelle. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months.
It's gonna
The voice
continue,
from
right?
the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echo.
Over? Can we talk
Ever
now?
since I came to work here, as if my mind... It's so nice. It's so nice.
And then it hits you. She
You're
tries
recording.
again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax
Just a
cylinder. Her
recording.
sound
Here I
melts
thought.
into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people talking in the distance, but can't make out any words. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going. The phone rings in
listening.
the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds.
Is anyone there?
one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow. Crawling inside your head. Her words
What
are
the
too
fuck?
cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights watch your shape in dark hallways.
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve.
Wait, a recording trapped in the
I
circuitry.
don't have time to explain it to you right now. Maybe sometime later. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
That is true. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. You hear the same.
Huh. Well, that's probably where I'm gonna leave it for now, with the mystery of the how the fuck we're gonna get in the fridge. And here's where I say the thing. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.